like you.
Tak, teraz nie przeżyć.
Right here.
BMW because everybody else treat them with respect on the road. And you know what happens? What you do, you will follow me and I will keep the pace down. Well, he drives out the gate to the back seat and he goes bollocking down the road at about 150 miles an hour. I have no idea where we're going, so I'm trying to keep up. I'm following Ronnie Peterson and Hans Stucker in the car, keep looking out the back window and waving at me. And it's snow on the ground, and we go up in the hills past Hans Stuck's house and over the hills into get into Switzerland. Because to go through passport control, they don't need a passport. I have to show my passport, so now they got me grounded.
And I got a tattoo.
Does it represent anything in particular?
It represents
besides
the
his
chick I was
bad drawing.
screwing that wasn't my wife.
Kimmy, I don't know.
Program. Oh, come on.
The announcer. Kimmy, I'm sure you know that your reputation generally is to be very reserved, very quiet.
Very?
And yet the pictures that wind up in the newspaper show a very different side of your personality.
I know more about racing than Derek Daly.
How do you like to spend your time?
You know what? Take a fuck.
So, program. We know that you boys make a lot of money. I'm not sure who stitched up your shorts here, but can you just stand up for a second? Stand up, just stand up. Where'd you buy the shorts?
Well, it's just to show that we're not making
Trying to prove a point. Now, the amazing to me is, I looked at your favorite television show. His favorite television show is 24. I didn't even think you would watch something like that.
Yeah, I was about 35, 40 miles.
And ladies and gentlemen, he is not on the payroll of Toro. Everybody didn't know that. Coming in.
Hopefully I can be like Jack Bauer from the world from last time.
Kimmy, have you ever taken him out for a good night?
Yeah, we have had some.
I've never seen his pictures.
He's been lucky.
Different guys get to Formula One in different ways. You, Kimi, spent a long time in karts, better part of a decade in your native Finland. Then a couple of seasons of Formula Renault, a fairly low-powered support series, and then whammo, right into the Formula One car in the South. You think, would you have done it differently if you had it to do, or was that appropriate to you?
I think so. It's the easiest. The 23 season, so 24 races in the cars, performing with the Formula 1. I think so. I was lucky when I was at the right place, right time, and I had the chance to have a test.
Scan, it was just...
Well, he had a little help from my brother, but aside from that.
Okay, who do we have next? He has on? I don't know. They're silver. Anybody know what Toro Rosso means? Peter wins the rule!
That was a layup. Come on, let's ask some hard ones. Who knows where the factory is in the Toro Rosso team? Hands up! Give that man a cigar.
Anybody know what Liuzzi stands for? Speed!
Check.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You hear me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. That's. Can you get it in, Scott?
That's good. 5. That's it. Everybody else is asked to count to 10. I Derek Daly is right here in Indianapolis right now. Next team drivers to the stage. Spyker and Toro Rosso. This is Godspeed. Welcome home. How does it feel?
Thanks, guys. Feels great. Really. Very, very happy to be home.
Tell me what life is like as a Toro Rosso driver. Remember the Red Bull family. I mean, this company has come into Formula One with an attitude that really has changed the way people look at the sport, I think. And you guys are right at the eye of the storm. What's it like to drive for Scuderia Toro Rosso?
Yeah, I mean, for me it's great. For Tonio, maybe a little bit more normal because, after all, they are a bunch of Italians there in Toro Rosso. But for me, I love it. I really get along with the Italians, with the Italian people, and the mentality of the whole team is really like a family. So for us, it's really great. They treat us really well.
You agree with that, Antonio?
Definitely, a bunch of Italians, they're great, they work hard, you know, the only problem is an American now. No, it's really great to have Scott in the team, and we work fine together, but for sure it's a different mentality, as you said. I think Red Bull brought out a fresh air into the Formula One paddock, and now we just need some more results.
So does everybody speak Italian in the team, or is it English? Have you been forced to learn Italian?
No, I think it's a bit 50-50, but all the engineer meetings and all the people that I talk to on a regular basis are all in English.
So do you speak Italian?
Well, you raise a good point, though, Derek. I mean, how much do contemporary Formula One drivers get to spend time together? I mean, if you're friends with a guy from another garage, do you ever have any time to goof off, so to speak?
Not that much time.
I think not as much as we would like. I think me and Tony being on the same team have definitely bonded more than I think you would if people were on different teams, because everyone has such a different media schedule and such a different schedule at the racetrack. It's hard to get us all together at once, but for sure when we do get together, we always have a really good time.
So you like him?
Yeah.
What about Mark Webber?
Hey, I'm supposed to be the lawyer.
Did Webber brake check you in Canada?
I didn't run into the back of him because I felt like it.
Here it is. Looking at the monitors. Another conference between colleagues.
Yeah, you didn't look too impressed after that.
No.
But go back to last year, a point. I saw the team, great celebration with your point last year. Can you do it again this year, Scott? If you could run in the points, these people would go berserk. Do you think the car is capable of it this weekend here?
You know, like I said, I think we're a little bit far away from doing it legitimately, just on an outright pace basis, but a lot of times that's not how you end up in the points. So I think if we get a little bit lucky, which we definitely were not lucky last year on my part at Indianapolis, but if together we can have a bit of luck, I definitely don't think it's an impossible task.
How many ticket requests have you had from folks back in California? Ticket requests. Friends want to come watch your race here in Indianapolis?
A few.
I'll bet.
Is your dad here?
Yeah, my dad, my mom, my brother, and my Uncle David. So I have a bit of family here, which is really nice.
You cannot say David because we call him like that. Uncle David.
No, this is
Uncle David.
Uncle David.
Well, we'll have to discuss that with David Coulthard when he gets up here.
that because he's so old? It's just because he's more mature than us.
Goes without saying. Respect to a colleague. I think we have a question from the audience. Go ahead.
I was just wondering what it was like to accomplish your dreams for racing in Formula One.
Scott?
Yeah, I mean, ever since I was a kid in karting, I always said I wanted to go to Formula One, but at that age and all the way to the point I got here, I realized that it was quite unrealistic dream. And it was certainly not because I was the best driver in America or that I worked the hardest. It was because in a lot of situations I was in the right place at the right time, and I had an enormous opportunity with Red Bull, and things just worked out in my life to make it this far. And I'm very, very fortunate for all that. And I have a lot of respect for people who did what I did when I started, which is karting in America, which is where my heart is.
I heard a rumor, someone suggested that they heard you say, when asked about whether you would consider a career in stock cars back here in the United States, you said you might consider it given the right opportunity. You can tell where it is, Brad.
Yeah, it answered itself.
And I promise you, you don't have to speak Italian. You speak something else, but speak Italian.
No, I mean, it's Tony and I have talked about it actually many times. I mean, in life outside of Formula One, we're racing drivers. We like to experience everything, and banging cars and putting people on the wall does have its.
Well, you do that now.
Right. We want to thank you both. Thanks very much for coming and joining us. We're going to take another break in the drivers. Formula One World Championship. Live at Indianapolis. Stay right there. Time to welcome another pair of drivers. These from the Texas racing team. Please welcome Schumacher, Germany. Welcome to our guests, now settled in. Ralph, your 170th career Formula One start this weekend at Indianapolis. You're only 32 years of age. How do you feel about age and the advancing of time in your Formula One career? How long can you go on and do this?
Well, I mean, I did 170 Prix. It doesn't mean that I'm old. I mean,
exactly.
I started only a little younger. No, I mean, I'm 31, turning 32. Fortunately, that wasn't the case with us yet. But, you know, we are working hard on the project. It's Formula One, and it's not so easy. The team is still pretty young. We are pretty young with the team, and it just takes time.
This has not been a great racetrack for you over the years, needless to say. It's not your favorite racetrack, and that's your prerogative. Tell me why you're not a great fan of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
It's not quite true. I mean, I was quoted yesterday, and I think I was a little wrong as well. I mean, first of all, a Formula One car, I mean, you know, the bank for obvious reasons is not my favorite point of that track, but I mean, I'm still...
Go figure.
I can't go around it, so I use it. I might as well use it. It's not a real problem. I just say, you know, Formula One seems to have difficulties in the States. I mean, we have a lot of good fans around here, but all I said is we really need 2 Grand Prix to show American fans and people. Well, Formula One is what Formula One can be, and that's it. You know, one place obviously here and somewhere else.
As long as it stays here, I don't really care. Jarno, I think you like this place. Been on the pole here. I'm trying to remember, you started last one time and finished 4th, and I think you said it was one of your best ever drives, so I think you like this place.
Well, the statistics say that I'm pretty good here with results and performance. Actually, I didn't start once last, but twice last. And twice I finished 4th, so I don't know if it's worth for me. I don't know if it's worth for me on Saturday to qualify class and then try to do again a pole position. Obviously, I like the circuit, I like the people here. I enjoy time here because I can ride my bike around the city and people are very cool. And then the sun rays is fantastic and you see the crowd over there.
You talk about the crowd. I know you talk about F1 needs help in America. I think it is. But are you surprised that there are fans as supportive of these people here?
I have to say that on Thursday, very rarely you get so many people standing here.
Right.
So it's great to see that anyway Formula One is well appreciated in the US, and we are very welcome from everyone.
They've been here since Monday.
You mentioned riding your bike around town. I know you're a big cycling fan, and you wore a special helmet last week in Montreal. Tell me about that.
Well, my friend Danilo De Luca just won the Giro d'Italia, like
Get some autographs, Phil.
He's
I figured you did.
from the same city.
I was over here putting some content in motion. I said, let me just look around because I know Joe's right here getting pictures.
It's a great achievement.
Well,
Especially
I got Fisichella and Kovalainen. My dad got 6 autographs. He got Scott Speed,
Did your
Liuzzi,
approach to racing change when you brought
the minority, well, the old minority driver. But my nephew and the guy that came with us are getting in line for Alonso. They're going to get Alonso's autograph.
So I want to show to my child that
Is it close to pit?
So I want to get.
I think it's noon. I haven't been over there lately. Well, we came in at about 20 after 12. There was a big stream of people going out.
Having a family back home at the time.
Let me find Frank. All right.
But the track now doesn't have anything.
I know your wife Cora raced at one stage. Does she still race?
No, she does here and there. She does a race, a mini challenge or something. But she stopped last year. But in fact, last one she told me saying she wants to do a race again this year. So we'll see. At the moment we concentrate on karting. My son, my wife, myself, we usually go out for karting.
How old is your son?
5.5.
5.5. And he's already in karting?
Since 2 years. Yeah.
Since 3 years. Whoa! Wow.
And that's your son, David.
Yes.
Jarno, how about your kids? Now, you're a racer named for a racer, Jarno Saarinen, the great Finnish motorcycle champion. You named one of your children Enzo, so you're obviously a fan of racing history as well as the sport itself. What if Enzo wants to become a racer?
To be honest, I'm a fan of my father because my father is called Enzo. So first of all,
that's even better.
Yeah. No. Well, to be honest, Enzo is still a bit too young. He's only 2, even if he's going around the house with his little car. So it's a little bit. I'm a little bit concerned because obviously I might find myself like Ralph in a few years being on the racetrack with a go-kart. And we spent already enough time, a lot of time on the track. And obviously I don't want to end up again doing the same for many years because I tell you it's been a long time since I'm racing because I started when I was only 8 years old. To get up to it, it's very long time. I spent most of my days basically racing.
Derek and I both have older sons for racing. I can tell you, you're going to need to keep racing.
Okay. I think I have them in the truck. Okay. Because I only thought I usually only order 4, but for some reason I ordered 6 this year. So I was like, oh shit. Yeah, and actually, he doesn't need, because James and Doug make either session tomorrow. They come in at like 3 o'clock. And I said, you know what, guys, you're going to have to sit at the airport for an hour because I ain't leaving in the middle of the session to come get you. So I said, that's cool, that's cool. So they won't be using theirs tomorrow, but Frank will use one on Saturday. We were going to go up and buy one. I just don't buy it from you. My dad is. We're out in gate 2 here, right across. Yeah, we are too. Okay.
How about you, Jarno? What do you like to do in town?
I try to live the way they live because obviously we change country. We travel all around the world. And everywhere you go, you find people with different nationality, different religion, different mentality. So I like to live the way they live. And actually, when I'm here, okay, I go to the restaurant. But actually, after the restaurant, I have a motorcycle. I ride my motorcycle. I go around. I stop in the bars. Very typical American bars. Have a beer, drink. Beer, then you own
Sounds winery. You're drinking beer?
Then I really love live music, blues, jazz. So you know, I'm trying to get in those places. I try to be a normal person, and people will like that.
Sounds more like a typical Irish lifestyle. Go to the bar,
Yeah.
bar, the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Any predictions for what might happen with you boys this weekend? Do you sense the car could be good, average? When you, the information you take from Montreal, does it help you thinking about what it might be like here?
So far we have been on a little bit on the average side. Still, you know, it really depends on the circuit. Especially Yamaha has a great qualifying. And if everything is alright, we can beat that top 10, the qualifying, and from there on have a relatively good race and score a few points. I think that's our target.
If you're in the gunsmith,
to try and develop the car
exactly who he is. He is
stronger at the end of the season.
You've had a change in top management at Toyota Motorsport.
Companies
Is there going to be any immediate impact
specialized
coming
gun
months?
parts, brownouts.
Well, obviously, Tomita was playing
Joe never had the privilege,
been replaced by a machine, which has been
Joe is
quite a few months, so he knows exactly how the situation is. So he knows very well.
I know that voice. Why do I know that voice?
Every time I close the gap to the guys in front of us, but there is some work to do.
Tell me, when you travel here, did you fly commercial?
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah.
They're about ready to go in.
What'd you check? Oh.
Where are you going with this, Derek?
I'm just curious.
You don't need a ride home.
No. Do you have your own airplane?
No.
Sato. Not yet?
No. I don't like flying, to be honest.
Harley Davidson and
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit of balance.
Nothing wrong with that. Thank you both for coming.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Honda factory team, Jensen Button and All right, we're glad to have Jensen Button and Bruce Spyker with us. Dare I ask how things are going? I know it's been a really tough start to the season for Honda. Jensen, did they get to the bottom of the problem that left you stranded on the grid in Canada?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to say good morning. In Canada, yeah, the old girl would go first here. That actually was the problem.
Fairly preliminary too. I mean, that's
It's not important, isn't it?
We have contact.
So they pushed me across the start line. So I started the race, but then they wheeled me back in the garage and didn't go any further. So disappointing, very disappointing. And it was a race that was just madness. You know, full of safety cars. So there's always a chance of having two cars out there for the team. They were going to really two different things. But yeah, we done
This is your 125th career start. Any thoughts on longevity in Formula One?
Got rained out last year.
Yes, it's been alright. It's been a bit up and down in my career, but
Ron Kirkland
I'm pretty happy with
He had never seen a ball when they ran under the lights.
But yeah, it's really exciting.
We were down at the finish line, looking back
I'm
at the
looking
track,
forward to a better year
you'd see
next
the
year.
lights go
I'm
down,
already
and you'd see
thinking
the
about
fire shoot out the
2008,
pipes,
but
and then the appropriate light, then you hear the
it's still not
sound.
too bad.
You left the door open. You just had an exciting off the circuit. We're going to talk about that in a second. Rubens, 8 laps to go. Things look pretty good in Canada. Oh, you had to make that last.
So they racing horses?
Good morning, everyone.
Really good to be back. I mean, as you said, we had a tough start of the season, and in Canada, you know, I got out of the car, I was really disappointed, and I thought the team took the wrong decision. But in all honesty, when they showed me everything on paper, it was everything done well. And for the last safety car, we would have come out on the points, and I was already 17 seconds away from Woods. So maybe with another 5 seconds, as we were pulling away, maybe even had the chance to finish third. So he was so mad. The race was so mad that he was no way to get it right. And when you see all of them, I mean, not taking the credit away from them, but from third to sixth, all of them had to stop twice, and they had no idea what to do. They put the softer tire, fill it up, and went. And those were the ones who got it right.
In fact, I think when our stat guru, Sean Kelly, looked at the numbers, that finish in Canada, 1 through 10, was second or third closest finish in Formula One history in terms of the top 10 runners all being close together at the end. It was a fairly hectic race. Ruben, many years ago in Canada, you said to me you kind of look favorably on the idea of coming here to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and running that other race that they hold here, the Indy 500. How do you feel about that now?
Well, the Brazilians do fairly well here. Yeah, I mean, the other day when Marco Andretti was running the race, his father Michael came to me and said, you are invited to come to race for us. And now that he said, I'm not racing anymore, maybe I get his place sometime, but I don't know. That'd be lovely, yeah.
Meanwhile, his car, you don't want that luck.
Yeah.
239th career start for you. Your thoughts? The same question as the Jensen about life in Formula One.
You know what?
I think it's double. Yes, but it's been a nice career. Obviously, I would have liked to win the championship. I've tried very hard. There was many times which I thought I could have done better. There was many times where I wasn't allowed to do better, and. In life, you have to look at the mirror and just say, are you happy with yourself? And I grew up as a person. I grew up as a racing driver. I'm better now than I was 2 years ago. And we just have to get it on. I'm still I'm thinking to stop racing, and maybe we still have a chance.
But one of the great scenes of Formula One still was when Rubens won his first Grand Prix on the rostrum, in tears, not afraid to show your emotion. That was a great scene.
Taking pictures and videos.
Hockenheim in another crazy race.
That's why I think Canada would finish on the podium, because all my races, the good ones, have all been crazy. So I said, okay, a crazy one will do good this weekend.
Take them any way you can get.
So Jensen,
Are you still a bit of a playboy?
no.
No?
No, never been.
Are you sure?
No, I haven't. That's your fellow countryman, I think.
Well, no. You are one of the drivers who get into a lot of magazines for enjoying the life of F1.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that, no.
Maybe it was true, yeah. God, it was rubbish.
But life is good?
Yeah, life is good. I've got a beautiful girlfriend now.
You do?
Yeah.
But you had it a couple of years ago, too. Oh, you were? Okay.
Well, that may obviate our next question from the fans, but we understand it's a question for still there you go.
Remember, if you break it, show them the t-shirt. If you break it, you buy it.
Okay, question for the audience for Jensen.
And of course, 2 years ago, the Michelin tire fiasco.
You may show up earlier on, but where are you emotionally when you can't just do anything? He got mad. Where did you end up? I mean, you mad at someone in particular, or you just take it on the cheap and run with it, or
That's not a Maryland accent, by the way. I suspect you're not a native.
Well, luckily, you get so much out of Friday and Saturday. Come race day.
It always hurts when you
and we think that's when
everything. I came a week before I arrived on Monday, trying to get myself to the time zone and making sure I was all the weekend. And everything goes okay, and then you get to the race and cars at the start. It's very frustrating, but the position we're in at the moment, it's probably the best time it could happen. But no, if we're in front, qualifying top 3, I think it's really going to hurt there. When you're qualifying back in 15th, it's not so bad, but it's still frustrating, and it's an issue that we have to solve. Hopefully it's not going to be an issue here. In all honesty, there's bigger problems that we need to solve with the car, and that's what we're working on at the moment. We've got some steps forward when we get back to Europe, to Manicourt in France, which should help us quite a bit.
were saying.
So it's all exciting for the future. There's a lot going on within the team.
We were talking about on Saturday.
Put in the right position within the team, making sure they're doing the correct job. And everyone seems to be very focused. You know, they know the route and myself are doing the best job we can. So I think that helps the team. You know, they need drivers that are focused. You like the color scheme?
But he said tomorrow, Sunday.
It's interesting. Yeah. Anybody like the color scheme? That was a bit half and half, that one, wasn't it? You know, the colour scheme doesn't really matter.
They get about a third of the way down and break loose and start to smoke the tires and get out of it and right back in and out of it. One guy,
Well, good luck to you both this weekend. Have a great week here in Indianapolis. And thank you. We're going to take another break and we'll be back with more of the stars of Formula One here on Formula One Live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So stick around.
Jensen hasn't changed at all.